Okay, so welcome back. Uh, so today we are studying Abhinna paccavekkhana according to the subject. But tomorrow is full moon, very special full moon. I think would like to hear your thoughts on Asala Puja. Anyone wants to say anything on Asala Puja? The significance of Asala Puja Day? เล่าเรื่องอาสาฬบูชาหน่อยกันอาสาฬบูชาWho wants to tell a story? Asala Puja. Why it is important? And what happens in Asala Puja Day?
What happened? Oh.
Huh?
Suppose Asaha Busha Day is the first time Buddha to taught the Dhamma in Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta. The first time. That's important for the Gotanya. He understands the Dhamma. He the best to be the monk. He's the first monk, is follow monk in the Buddha period. Yes, important is Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta.
Okay.
Tuti, Yanyo, Ayo, huh? You have any story? Okay.
Story about Asala Puja.
Good. Satu.
Actually, this day is the very special day of the all the Buddhist devotees. Actually, on the Asala Puja, as Achan Gong said, that day was the first time that Lord Buddha gave a ceremony to the 5 ascetic. And among the 5 ascetic, when they heard the Dhamma called the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, and then one of the ascetic name called Kondanya have a Dhamma eye, become a stream eater. And on that day, it also called that all 3 jewelries, not jewelries, ratana, what we call the ratana,
Gems. Triple gem.
Yeah, gems. Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. So this is the main point that we can find in the Asala Puja.
And what happens after Asala Puja?
After Asala Puja, when the Lord Buddha taught the first ceremony about the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, it also known as the middle way, the 8th noble path. And then after that, Lord Buddha gave a second discourse called the Anatta Lakshana Sutta. And then all the became a noble Arhat stage.
On Asala Puja Day, what Buddhists normally do?
So lots of the men and women or the devotees, they just like memorize this day, and they will light the candles, and then just like
Circumambulance.
Yeah.
Circumambulation. เอาง่ายอย่างเงี้ย circumambulation
circumambulation คำศัพท์นี้นะไม่เคยได้ยินเลย circumambulation
ภาษา
circumambulation
ภาษาอังกฤษหรือภาษาบาลีครับ
ภาษาอังกฤษ
สะกดไงครับอาจารย์
circumambulation โอเค
ambulation
circumambulation
เวียนเทียนนะครับอาจารย์นี่คำว่าเวียนเทียนนะครับ five frequency contemplation เนี่ยอันไหน five true contemplation เนี่ย contemplation เนี่ย
circumambulation
cycle อ๋อ cycle อย่างเงี้ยเหรอ circumambulation
something.
circum
นี่ศัพท์เฉพาะเลยนะครับอาจารย์เวียนเทียนนะครับ circumambulation
circumambulation
ambulance เนี่ยนะครับไม่ใช่ ambulation
เขียนไม่ถูกเหมือนกันเดี๋ยวแป๊บหนึ่ง
ครับผม
circumambulation
ทาง Google
No,
circum
I don't think it's a word.
circumambulation
Don't type from Google.
จำไม่ได้เหมือนกันเขียนไม่ถูก
Yeah.
circumambulation
Oh, like this. Circumambulation.
circum มัน
It,
circumambulation
circumambulation. Circumambulation.
แบบนี้ถูกละเนี่ย circumambulation circumambulation
อ๋อ circumambulation
อันนี้เขาเรียกว่าเวียนเทียน
อันนี้เขาไม่เอาไปไลฟ์เว็บ waking late นี่เป็นไดเรกwaking light มีด้วย
Circumambulation. Circumambulation.
ลองแปลดูเขาเขียนไว้ว่า walking with
Oh, yeah. Circumambulation. Circumambulation. Ambulation is like a form of worship.
Okay.
So circle, worshipping in a circle.
เวียนเทียน
circumambulation
Circumambulation.
ambulation แปลว่าเวียนอะไรนะวนเวียนที่บูชาไฟที่รอบนี่เรียกว่า ambulation circle ก็คือรอบ
Like fire ambulation also.
circumambulation
circumambulation
okay yeah so Buddhist will come and will do the circumambulation and then what else what happens
and lots of devotees will come to the temple and they will take up 5 precepts 8 precepts on that day listening to the Dhamma talk Dhamma Savana.
Okay what about the Vassa
About the Vassa, the monks will just like prepare for Adhisthana to take a Varsa for 3 months at the temple.
What is the procedure of taking the vasa? Adhithana vasa. What happens?
What happens?
Yeah. What do you normally do to make a adhisthana?
So there will be the Pali word.
Yeah. So can you suppose you are a new person, yeah, and then now you have to go into this vasa. Okay, now Tita Dhammo never did the adithana. Now, so on a Sunday he's going to make that adithana. Now, can you tell him what needs to be done?
What needs to be done?
Like a procedure, what normally you do when you go, let's say now go to the uposatha. Now the very first time when you go to the uposatha, what do you do, and then what will happen, and then when do you make a adithana?
So I think it depends on the big acharyas on that temple too, Ajahn. I think it's different. But I will tell in my temple, which I am staying in the temple. Actually, at that night they will have a chanting first, and after chanting they will have a short circumambulation. This one with all the devotees, just like lighting a candle and circling around the Ubosatagara. And after that, they will have a little Dhamma Desana. And then after that, all the lay men and women devotees will go back to their home. And only then the monks will do the Adhisthana Pansa. So before doing the Adhisthana Pansa, they will, the biggest monk or the big Thera or
Senior.
Senior one will tell the rules to stay inside the pansa. What we have to do, they will say that this area, from this area to this area, if you are in this area, then your pansa will not just like not abandon or some kinds of things. If you are out of this area, that means your pansa will hard, broken. So they will announce that in front of all the monks, and then only there will be the sentence or the words to Adhisthana Pansa, just like Sangham Pante Paware Nitithena.
No, not a Pawaremi. You haven't entered the vasa.
Oh, Adhisthana. So we will use ไม่ใช่อันนี้เหรอครับอาจารย์
Pawarena เนี่ยมันก็ปวารณาแล้ว อธิษฐานะอิมัสมิงอาวาเซ
Imasaming Awase. Imasaming Awase. Yeah, so we will, the meaning is that we will going to take a versa in this temple, like that.
Okay. อาจารย์กร disappear. So one thing Miroz missed is apati desana.
Apati Desana. Apati Desana. That means it will begin in the beginning when we're going to chant. They will have to show their Apati Desana.
Yeah. So
To make their form into the peer that we are in the Apati Desana right now. And then only start this.
And then go to the chanting.
Yeah, chanting.
Ajahn Kon, are you still here? Maybe he went to get something. Okay. Anything that you want to add on, Adithan Pansa?
Adhisthana Pansa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
Okay, there is little more. I think it depends on the monks too. When we have Adhisthana Pansa, imasaming awase imang temasang wasang
Wasa.
upemi. Yeah, when we say these lines 3 times, and then some monks will Adhisthana more, but they will Adhisthana within themselves that within these 3 months I will eat only 1 time. And some will understand that even these within these 3 months, I will pray chanting every day, every morning and the evening, like that. Some kinds of understand what you are able to do, what you want to do. Understand. Most of the monks will have understand like that.
Do you have anything to ask? No, I'm good. Achan Kon, can you hear us? We can't hear you. We can't hear you. Ah.
ได้ยินไหมอาจารย์ได้ยินไหม
ได้ยินเบามากเลยครับ ไม่ค่อยได้ยิน
อยู่ไกลเหรอ
มีเสียงแต่ว่าไม่รู้เรื่องไม่ได้ยิน โอเค ไม่ได้ยินครับ ไม่ได้ยิน มีปัญหาเสียง Okay. Okay, we'll come back later. Hear from him about Vasa. Okay, so today we will be studying this Abhinna paccavekkhana.
ผมได้ยินทั้งอาจารย์นี่ครับ
เสียงเบามากเลยครับ
เปิดเสียง
Any story want to tell on Abhinna paccavekkhana?
ได้ยินครับ
Or any stories before we go study this Abhinna paccavekkhana? Yeah. Okay, so Abhinna paccavekkhana. As Abhinna means always, reflection. Again and again, paccavekkhana is reflection and contemplation. In order to understand reality. So there are 5 things to reflect on. That is, number 1, I am subject to aging and I cannot escape it. Second one is, I am subject to become ill and I cannot escape it. Third one is, I am subject to die and I cannot escape it. All that is mine, beloved, and pleasing will become otherwise and will become separated from me. Number 5, I am the owner of my karma, born of my karma, related to my karma. Whatever karma I do, for good or for ill, that I will be the heir. So these are the 5 paccavekkhana that we have to reflect on again and again. Now, why do you think the aging is subject to aging and cannot escape? Hmm? Why do you think that we have to reflect that we are getting old? Huh? We normally don't want to be getting old, right? And the reason behind we reflect this is to take control of our actions so that we will not be doing anything wrong action. So that is coming, I will be using this Upajjhatthana Sutta, subject of contemplation. So this comes in Anguttara Nikaya. So this is book of 5. So here in the book of 5 saying there are these 5 facts that one should reflect on often, whether one is a woman or a man, a lay or a ordained. Which 5? I am subject to aging, have not gone beyond aging. This is the first fact that one should reflect on often, whether one is a woman or a man or a lay person or ordained. So this is the first one that Buddha is encouraging us to contemplate on that. So in terms of the first one, why we have to reflect on, Buddha said, now, based on what line of reasoning should one often reflect that I am subject to aging, have not gone beyond aging. So, and this is directly from the sutta now. There are beings who are intoxicated with typically a youth's intoxication with youth. Because of that intoxication with youth, they conduct themselves in a bad way in body, in speech, and in mind. But when they often reflect on that fact, that youth's intoxication with youth will either be entirely abandoned and grow weaker. So that is the reason behind of reflection. So not committing the bad actions from body, speech, and mind. So that is the reason that we will not be heedless, that my life is still long, I'm still young. And many people think that they are still young and no need to study Dhamma. Study Dhamma is done only when you get old, right? So that is the misconceptions normally people have. Even it comes in Lokaniti as well, saying Pathamang Sipang Dutiyang I can't remember exactly the Ugatha now. There are 4 stages. Tatiyang, and then Chatuthang. So there are 4 time schedule in our life. Pathamang Sipang, Dutiyang Dhanang, we will see, remember gradually. Okay, so Pathamang Sipang, in a first young age, study the skills. Study skills, and a second acquire the wealth And then Tatiyang, I forgot exactly what it is, but it's about the settling the family.
Is this the Hindu one?
Settling family, Lokniti. And then they study Dhamma.
Sannyasa.
Yeah, sannyasa, this one. So like that. So that is the concept they normally have in people. And that's why normally people think that study Dhamma should be left at the end of the life. Yeah? The fourth part of the life.
Samyutta Nikaya, young monk,
Ah.
reminds that.
Right. So normally, and then normally it's divided into 20 years. What does the Samyutta Nikaya say?
It's when the young monk, the Deva is asking, why are you so monk? Why are you a monk now? Why don't you already enjoy your life now?
Yeah. Okay. So this is what normally they have a belief, and then as a result of that, people will be very living a life with a unmindful, doing everything. So if you want to be successful in your life, and this is the advice given by the it's like a Hindu philosophy. Okay.
Brahmacharya, and then that's what they say, right?
Last one is brahmacharya.
So the first one, that's when you study.
Last one is sannyasi.
Sannyasi.
Yeah. First one is just like brahmacharya.
Brahmachari.
Yeah, just like when they were child, they don't need to do any work, any study. They just have to just like just like they have from 1 year to 16 years. The number one, I think.
No marriage, no women.
Yeah.
Study.
So that's why it's called brahmachari. No marriage.
That's fine. Okay, so anyway, so this is what I normally have, okay, and then with this, if people are not mindful of it or not contemplating, they will be thinking that my life is so long, I can do anything.
You know what this reminds me of? Chickens.
Yeah.
When they are young, they have to eat a lot so that they get big enough to make good eggs. Then they have to make a lot of eggs. And then they have to have chicks who can make more eggs. And then they get slaughtered for food. Just like livestock humans.
Yeah, from 1 to 25, Achan. Brahmacharya, the first one.
25. Yeah,
and the second one is just like the householder man from 25 to 48.
Yeah, 48. That's a long.
Yeah, and then third one is Vanapat.
Yeah.
Vanapat is from 48 to 72.
72.
Probably be dead by.
Yeah, and the last one is sannyasi.
Yeah.
Well, you can be a sannyasi only after 72.
Yeah.
Well, you're too old then for sannyasi.
You can't even meditate.
Yeah, so much pain. Besides the yogis, they do only samatha. How can you do samatha when you're in so much pain? No?
Yeah,
Alright.
we can find an example just like in the Mahabharata. You remember that in the last when the Pandus all win within
Yeah.
have a conquer within the Duryodhana and all the enemies of there, and then his father mother is still alive, and then at that time they said, okay, now it's time to go to sannyasi.
Yeah.
That's where this came from, yeah, from Mahabharata.
But I don't know. It's from the I think Brahman scripture.
Yeah.
Because, like, I remember reading somewhere that when Buddha came along, like, one thing that impressed a lot of people about the Sangha was how many young men were in it. Like, they couldn't believe that so many young men left household so young. That made a lot of people angry as well.
There is a Ratapala Sutta as well. Yeah, Ratapala. You remember? Tita
Yeah,
Dhammo? Tell us Ratapala story then.
I don't know the full story.
The summary.
So, Rattapala, before he ordained, was the son of a very rich Brahmin, and he was quite a successful businessman. He had 4 wives, and a nice big house. But one day he heard the Lord Buddha's discourse. I don't remember which discourse or what it is, but it was um, regarding the holy life. So anyway, he realized that he has to learn this teaching because it's the only way out of suffering. But the household life is so constricted. It is so full of fetters. It's not There's no freedom in it, unlike the life of a bhikkhu, unlike the life of a samana. So he decided to leave because he wanted to seek freedom, and he had to ask for permission from his parents and his wives, which he did not get. But he pleaded and pleaded, but he still didn't get it. So he went on a hunger strike. Is a and the parents asked his friends to try and convince him to please stop. He will, because he was dying, he was starving, but he still didn't give up. He still kept it up. So in the end, when the parents were scared that he might die, they said, "Okay, you can go and go go and be a monk." And so he did. And what his dad ended up hating old monks because they took his son. So one day, Venerable Rattapala went to his home village and stayed nearby. And when he was going on Pindapata, his family, his dad forbid. He didn't recognize that this was his son because he was wearing robes and he was bald. So he forbid the household from giving him Pindapata, giving him food, and called him a baldy and all this, the standard Brahmin insult for monks. And so he saw a one of the household servants throwing out food. So he went and said, "Sister, if you are throwing this out and it's useless for anyone, can I have it?" So he ate that. When he
Received.
Yeah, he received the rotten food, throwing away food. And the servant girl, when he said sister, she recognized him, that my former master. So she went and told the parents, and his dad was so alarmed to find out that his son, the son of a great Brahmin, a wealthy merchant from wealthy family, is now begging for rotten food. So he wanted to bring him back to the household life. and he made a plan with his former wives to invite him and they can try and seduce him. But Venerable Ratapala, was he attained by that point?
Yeah.
He was an arahant.
Yeah.
So he was an arahant. So obviously he would not be tempted. So when he went for lunch, his former wives started trying to seduce him by flirting with him, doing this and that, trying to seduce him. But he just ended up just saying, calling them sister, and then they got pretty sad and angry that, oh, my husband is calling me sister, all of them. And I think he talked about the asubha of the human body, and he gave a discourse which I need to read again, which was really nice, um, which convinced his parents that he took the right path and they took refuge in the Buddha Dhamma Sangha.
Okay.
Not very detailed.
So that is the Ratapala, Majjhima Nikaya. I'm trying to find the Lokaniti here.
Here we go. Brahmacharya Grihastha. 1 to 20 is Brahmacharya, and Grihastha is 1 to 25 is Brahmacharya, and Grihastha is 26 to 50, and Vanaprastha is 51 to 75, and then last one is Sannyas. I don't know in Pali what it is.
Okay. There is a saying, Pathamang najjito sipang, dutiyang najjito dhanang, tatiyang najjito dhammang chatutthang kinkarisati. Lokaniti 15.
Is that from Dhamma?
This is Lokaniti.
From where?
This is from this is Buddhist as well. Okay, Buddhist scripture. This Lokaniti.
From
And the sayings like a Dhammapada.
Ah.
So saying Pathamang najjito sipang. So when you are young, if you do not study the skills, najjito dutiyang dhanang, and the second time or second like a grihastha time, if you do not acquire the wealth, and tatiyang najjito dhanang, and the third. So this is now this is different now. See? This 4 ways is the Hindu scripture. Now, according to Lokaniti, from the Buddhist perspective, there are 3. Pathamang, the first is childhood. And second is young or man. And then a third is tatiyang, the last. So here, first, learn the skills. Learn skills. And the second, get wealth. And then a third, study the Dhamma. Okay, and if you do not do all these 3, chatutthang kinkarisati. At the end, when you get old, you cannot do anything.
Would this
So
apply?
do not the third, I don't know how to say it, man or elder.
Yeah, I guess so.
And then the last one, there's a 4th. By then you cannot do anything.
Dead.
Too late to do anything. Okay. too late
Tough luck.
to do anything. So that is called Chatutthangking Karisati. So you cannot do at the end.
So would this apply to those who have gone forth as well, or is it just for householders?
This is maybe a householder.
Yeah, the second one is householder, and the third one is maybe the trying for the renunciation.
Possible.
Yeah, and
Could
the third
be.
one is Vanapat, a sannyasi. That means already come out from the householder to searching for the moksha.
Yeah. And then here, when you are young, this scripture is further saying, Betta putta kimalaso abhyatto bhara harako. Betta ko pujito loke betta putta dine dine. So if you become lazy and not pushing yourself to learn skills and study, then you will be a west of the loka, and you will be west of time. What's betako? No one will consider you, and then you will be wasting your time every day.
You will not be respected.
Not be respected. So that is
that's good advice.
What this Lokaniti says.
Lots of people need to hear this. The child learns.
So that's why now if you are not contemplating, then we will be a person will be living saying that, oh, I'm still young, I have still a lot of energy, so then they will be doing all sort of things. And recently, a few days ago, I was talking to one family. They say that in the West, normally children are very nice until they are 18, but after 18 they become not nice.
18 is too late, like 15, 16.
But maybe that family is like too kind.
They are very, very lucky.
Because after that they will be a wild and doing every sort of things, and as a result, quite often Western kids are not that good kids because of the wasting their time too much. So that is the reason of here. So the Patamang Nachito Sipang Dutiyang Nachito Dhanang.
Must be parents as well, because I met some really good kids. Like I couldn't believe the rest of us.
No, majority are like that. Okay, so in this, when we are contemplating, then we will be not doing this bad way of speaking, speaking, and thinking. So that's why we need to reflect on. Particularly, this is given as a form of not thinking that you are still young and not doing any good things. You have to start doing good things from the beginning. Second one. So the second one is about illness. We have to contemplate on illness. Why do you think that here again? Same. There are beings who are intoxicated with the typical healthy person intoxication with health. So, and then because of that intoxication with health, they conduct themselves in a bad way. So they will be doing all sort of things.
This is why people drink a lot.
Yeah, they drink a lot. And then once we reflect on that, okay, what happens? then we will be more conscious about it. Any thoughts on that? Anybody?
Adino Sanya. So for eating healthy as well.
I remember one of my friend.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
whenever I just want to just like giving an advice to him about these kinds of things, and he used to smoke, drink, or something like that. And then whenever I told him about it, and he will reply me back that if anyone do not take these alcohol, drugs, or the smoking, then isn't he die or not? Not all or sick.
They say sick people have one problem. Healthy one has many. Huh?
Sorry,
Sick people have.
if a sick person has.
Okay. So sick people have one problem. Healthy one has many. Do you understand? Why?
That's true.
Anyone wants to say anything on this sentence? Sick people have one problem. Healthy one has many. คนป่วยมีปัญหาอยู่เรื่องเดียว คนไม่ป่วยมีปัญหาเยอะ Tell us anything, anyone?
What?
Anything, anyone, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, it's true. When you're sick, all you think about is sickness and pain. As soon as it goes away, every other problem comes out.
ท่านกร we can't hear you.
Now you hear me?
We hear you very little. ได้ยินเบามาก Okay. And here again, I have seen many people an example of, oh, I am still healthy, so I don't need to go to temple, I don't need to do good thing, like that. Recently there was one story, one lady, she was very successful in the business, and she had a good business with a good family, and whenever she was encouraged to go to the temple or do the danas, she always say, oh, I have plenty things to do, I'm still healthy, I don't need to go to the temple to do and ask for good things to me. And then whenever monks say, oh, wish you have a good health, I am still good, I don't have any illness. And it happened that one day she went to see one very senior monk, and who was their relatives as well. And he told her, saying that, oh, your life is very short, you're going to have a very difficult illnesses next year, so do good thing. And then she said, oh, I can't believe you, how can you tell me like that, I am still healthy, I'm not going to do. So it happened that she became ill, and she got the cancer, severe, then a third stage cancer. Now she is sleeping in the hospital and saying that, oh, I want to go to temple. I want to do good things. I want to observe a sila, and I want to stay in a temple, learning how to do chanting, how to practice meditation, and like that. But it was too late. It was too late.
That's how people learn the Dhamma, Ajahn.
Yeah.
When they have a suffering, and then they try to observe the precepts,
Yeah.
the Dhamma.
Yeah. And then when you suffer with these illnesses, you cannot concentrate. You cannot think of the Dhamma. Like this COVID time, a lot of people after mostly the people, those who got the corona virus, they think, oh, I cannot move, I cannot go anywhere, now I need the Dhamma, listening to the teaching. อันนี้เสียงได้ยินอยู่ท่าน แต่เวลาพูดไม่ค่อยได้ยิน Yeah. And then they say, oh, this Dhamma is so good. I spend so much time listening to Dhamma during this time. And after COVID gone, again, go back to same habit. Forgot. So that's why it is quite interesting and important that we should be reflecting it again and again. So we will not be heedless.
Yeah, Ajahn.
Yeah, so that's from Girimananda Sutta. So, and here, and this is a death. And this is again very difficult subject. Very difficult one. Death, recollection of death. Yeah. And again, people thinking that my life is long, so I don't have to do good things, or I don't need to worry. But a person, they will be doing all bad things from body, speech, and mind. So that's why we need to reflect on thinking that death is there at any time. Now, anyone remember the Buddha and Ananda's conversation about the reflection on the death?
Yeah, Ajahn.
Okay, can you tell us?
Yeah, actually, on the conversation with the Ananda, Lord Buddha asked to the Ananda that how many times you will reflect on the recollection of the dead, Marananusati. And then Ananda respond to the Lord Buddha that I remember of recollection of the dead maybe 100 times a day. And then Lord Buddha told to Ananda that it's very little. Actually, even a Lord Buddha have a contemplating on the recollection of the dead every single breath in and breath out.
Yeah.
So also, it's not just one time, die over and over and over again.
Every day, every moment.
Yeah. And actually, I have one story about this one. Actually, I have.
Okay.
I want to share with all of you.
Okay.
The story is on the Athakatha Thammapada about the wayward girl.
Okay.
So
Ghost?
no, wayward girl, G-I-R. Yeah.
Okay.
So in the Buddha's era, there was a kingdom called the Alavi. And one time the Lord Buddha went to the kingdom called Alavi and gave a preach to all the devotees in that city. And there was one wayward girl who came to listen to the preach of the Lord Buddha too. And at that time, the Lord Buddha was giving a preach about the recollection of the dead, Marananusati. And Lord Buddha told that our life is uncertain, but our death is certain. Death comes for sure for every living being. No one can escape from the death. And because of this teaching, the Weaver girl at a time she was reflecting on the Dhamma, and but she could not achieve any kinds of noble, any kinds of stage of the noble being. But she thinks that this teaching is very important for all of us. And after that, Lord Buddha went to the Jetavana Vihar in the Kosala range, and then this girl, the Weaver girl, is contemplating on the dead every day, every night. She was practicing this one, contemplating on death. And then what happened was the days passed for maybe 1 year, 2 year, and then one day the Lord Buddha was surveying the world to uh, to thinking that whom he should go and preach, that man or woman. And when he was surveying in the vision, he saw this waver girl. And again, Lord Buddha come to the Alawi kingdom once again. And the waver girl heard the news that Lord Buddha have come back to preach the Dhamma, and she was very pleased. And he take a request from his father that I want to listen to the Dhamma talk from the Lord Buddha. Please give me a permission to go and listen to the Dhamma talk of the Lord Buddha. And then her father told her that we have lots of work to do. If you finished your work, you can go and listen to the Dhamma of the Lord Buddha. And so she was very hurried. She was doing everything, the work which was given by her father. And after finishing her work, she went to listen to the Dhamma talk of the Lord Buddha. Actually, there were lots of devotees sitting very quietly, and the Lord Buddha and the other maybe 100 disciples were in front of all the devotees. And when she reached to that place, she was amazed because all were sitting very quietly and no one was speaking. And then she realized that Lord Buddha was waiting for her. And then she went near to the Lord Buddha. And know that this is time to teach her. If she listen to the Dhamma right now, she will get a fruition from this listening. And so Lord Buddha once again, he taught about the Dhamma. And then in front of all the devotees, Lord Buddha asked to that waver girl that, where have you come from? And then this girl responded to the Lord Buddha that, I don't know, Venerable Sir. And then again, the second question was asked by the Lord Buddha, where are you going? I don't know, Venerable Sir. And then third question was asked again by the Lord Buddha, don't you know? Yes, sir, I know. And again, the fourth question was asked by the Lord Buddha, do you know? And then she responded to the Lord Buddha, no, sir, I don't know. And hearing her answer, the people in the audience, all the devotees, thought she was being disrespectful for the Buddha. The audience began to feel hostile towards her, the waver girl. And when the Buddha sensed that and asked to the waver girl that to explain what she meant by her answer, she said, since you know I came from home, I am used for your first question. I mean, do I know what past existence I came from? Therefore, I answered, I don't know. And the second one, for the second question, I amused you meant, do you know what my next word will be? Therefore, I answered, I don't know. And for the third question, I amused you meant, don't I know what? Don't I know that I will die one day? Therefore, I answer, I don't know. For the fourth question, I amused you meant, do I know when I will die? Therefore, I answer, I don't know. Buddha taught her the human life no different from the spoils of trade, because the Lord Buddha know that this girl is working about the wavering needle and the thread, sometimes of like that. So the Lord Buddha explain and give example that uh, whether the thread is long, medium, or short, eventually it will run out. And when the Lord Buddha was giving this preach, and then the waver girl began to reflect on that teaching, and she began to teach within herself that just like example, the long thread is just like the old woman who have lived for a long life, and the medium thread is like the who have lived for for his or her young life, and the last thread is just like short thread is like who have lived for only the young life and die. So she began to reflect on those teaching and began to teach herself oneself. And then just when she was reflecting on that teaching, and then she began to just like overcome his attachment on her body because of that Marananusati. And then when she can overcome his attachment on her body, and she became a stream enterer, Sotapanna. And then when the ceremony was finished, and then Lord Buddha back to his temple, and this girl was also going back to her home. And when she reached to her home, her father was sleeping. And when she entered inside the home, and then there was a little accident happened. Due to the accident, there was a very sharp, just like maybe some kinds of object that is very sharp, and maybe the thread and maybe the needle. It was just like smashed on her in front of the body, and due to that, she passed away. And when her father saw that accident happen, he was very mourning in the deep sorrow. And again, this waver man went to the Lord Buddha, and he was crying and in the deep sorrow in the morning, and then told to the Lord Buddha that my daughter passed away. What to do? I am very sad. I am broken now. And then Lord Buddha again he preached him a dhamma about the impermanence of our life. And he began to reflect on that dhamma too. And then he was very boring from this householder life. And so he asked the Lord Buddha for an ordination. And afterwards he became a monk and tried a vipassana and become an arhat too. And when actually this waver girl died, passed away, and she have immediately reborn in the Tusita heaven, fourth layer of the heaven land. And when the Lord Buddha was teaching to his father, and Lord Buddha said to him that no need to worry, because your daughter was always contemplating on the recollection of the dead, Marananusati, because due to that, when she was dead, she immediately reborn in the heaven. She has already closed the door of the hell. So while listening to those dhamma, his father also have a faith on the triple gems, and due to that, he also take ordination. So this was the story in the Dhammapada Atthakatha about the wayward girl.
That's one of a very classic example. Normally people talk about death, that
Yeah.
one we have to reflect on.
Which one is it?
Wayward girl.
Which number?
Which number do you remember?
I don't remember which number. Wayward girl.
Normally known as where you from, where you going. Do you know? And that's the one. Yeah. Achan Kon, you're very silent. Oh, microphone is not working yet. Okay. Okay. So there is another chanting. I just turn it on. This is Marananusati. Yeah? Recollection of death. Sapavata Deepatulyaya Sayu Santati Yakhayang. Yeah. So by comparing a lamp in a blaze with the destruction of the life continuum, through seeing oneself as similar to others, one should develop mindfulness of death. Just as people who have attained great good fortune here have died, in the same way will I die. Death is surely coming to me. Indeed, death always comes along with that which has arisen. It is like a murderer who is seeking an opportunity to kill. This life is slowly, without turning back, continually, eagerly going its way. It rises and falls just as the sun runs in its course. Lighting a bubble, dew a line drawn as water on water, life destruction. Like an executioner is regard to his rival, death can never be constrained. Even the two kinds of victors who are famous, strong, meritorious, powerful, and of a great intelligence were quickly slaughtered by death. So what to say about one like me? When conditions fail, there are internal and external adversities, dying at ease and every moment. I will die in less time than a blink of an eye. Huh? So this is the Marananusati.
Where is that from?
I'm not sure.
The question which was asked by the Tittathammo, Venerable Tittathammo, actually it was in the Kuttaka Nikaya Atthakatha Dhammapada Lokavagga.
Lokavagga. Thank you.
So that is the Marananusati. In the Marananusati, there are many stories as well that we can link and we can discuss. Another one is that once the death is coming, you cannot escape. Like a goat, you remember? Goat died on after.
That's the which Jataka was that quote?
Jataka, the goat's Jataka. The goat was about to sacrifice, and he smiles and laughs while he was having a bath, and then he said to the servants that you ask the same question in front of your master, and then he speaks in front of his master, and the goat say, "I'm going to die, and I used to be like you, so I was falling in hell for so many lives, and now this is my end of this animal life, and so that's why I'm happy, and you will be the one who's going to get it." And then
it's called Mataka Pachadak.
yeah, and then the boss say, "Okay, we will save you from all the death. But somehow this goat dies. Yeah. The time comes and it dies like that. Yeah, so it's quite a story as well.
Jokes on
And
you.
there was one another sutta, and very interesting one.
Okay, which one?
It's called the Deva Uta Sutra.
Okay, tell.
In this sutta, I think it's about a topic which we are actually talking about. All the points. Actually, there was one man suddenly died, and then when he passed away, there was they would maybe the messenger of the dead took his soul to his master, the king of the hill, and the king of the hill, Yamaraj, he asked to that soul that when you are alive, have you ever seen the first messenger?
Yeah.
And then that soul told replied respond to the Yamaraj that what is the first messenger actually, uh, and then the Yamaduta replied again that the first messenger is the newborn baby.
Mm.
And then he responded that that soul respond to the king of the hill that yes, I have seen many newborn baby. And then the king of the hill again asks him that, and have you ever reflect on that first messenger or not? That if you have a if you have to circle in this worldly life, you have to again born and did again and again. And then he replied that, oh no, in my lifetime I was very busy. I was working, only working, and due to that I have never reflect on and the first messenger. And then the king of hell again gave a second chance, second question. And then he asked to that soul that, and then have you ever seen the second messenger or not? And then that soul again replied uh, to the king of hell that no, I don't know what is the second messenger. And then the king of hell told to that soul that the second messenger is the sick one. No, the old one. The second one is old. Yeah. And then that soul replied to the king of the hell that yes, sir, I have seen many uh, old people when I was alive. And then the king of the hill again asked him that, and have you ever reflect on that second messenger or not, that you have also become old? And then he replied, I was just working, I was very busy on my life, so never I never reflect on those things. And then king of the hill, Yamaraja, gives third chance to him and asks the third question. And have you ever seen the third messenger? And he replied the same, response same. And then the king of the hill told him that the third messenger is the sick person. And then he replied, yes, I have seen many sick person in my life. And again, the king of the hill asked him that, and have you ever reflected or not that you also have become sick one day? And he replied, I was very busy, sir. I was just working. And then again, the king of the hill gave a fourth chance and asked the fourth question. And have you ever seen the fourth messenger or not? And he replied the same answer. And then the king of the hill said that the fourth messenger is a dead. Have you ever seen the dead person? And then he responded that yes, I have seen many dead person in my life. And the king of the hill again asked him that, and have you ever reflect on the death or not, that you also have to die one day, and you also have to pass from the world this one day? And he responded, I never reflect on those things because I was very busy. I was only working. And then He again gave a last chance. Again, the fifth question. He asked it, and have you ever seen the fifth messenger or not? And he again gave the same answer that no, I don't know what is the fifth messenger. And then the king of the hill said that, have you ever seen the bad person who was uh, caught by the just like we can give example that maybe policeman, such kind of thing. Maybe that time it called the main of the king who used to judge the people who do the bad action, then they will catch and put them into the jail and punish them. And when the king of the hill explained that, have you ever seen or not? The king uh, catch the bad person and punish them due to their bad action. And he replied, yes, I have seen many people who have done bad things and caught by the king and punished them. And have you ever reflect or not? If you do those kinds of bad things, then you will also get catch and punished by the king. And he answered that, oh, I have seen many, but I have never reflect on those because I was very busy. I was working, only working all my day, all my life. And, and then the hail of the king, Yamaraj, was quiet, keep quiet. And because of the action of the king of hell, the messenger, two of the messenger who brought that soul, they know that, okay, now this man uh, is finished. No one can help him. And knows that the king of the hill again told to the man that this is not due to the action of your father nor your mother and or other father mother or your relatives or other person, due to your own karma, due to your own action. So you have to pay back for your own karma or action you have done. Whatever you have done, neither good or bad, you have to pay for that. And so he was very keep quiet. I mean the king of the hill. And due to that, the messenger knows that okay, now he is finished. No one can help him, and they use a chain to tie that soul, and just like they were just like pulling him very hardly because now it has ends the soul into the just like the uh, hell hell being Satnarok ni chiwa rekwala ya chan.
Hell being.
Hell being, yeah, it has changed into hell being because he have never done the good things in his life. So the two of the messengers took him to the place where he belongs to just like to punish him. So this was the story I found in the Devadu Sutra suit. So this was a very interesting one. So if any person who used to reflect on these five things which we are talking about this topic, and then we can, if we can answer this question to the king of the hills, if he asks us that have you ever reflect or not, and then we say yes, I have reflect many times, and then okay, then you can go to heaven first. Maybe this will be the result. But if we cannot reply the answer and then we are keep quieting and then it's finished, maybe we will go to hell. We have to be in the hell first.
Okay. Thank you for the story. Now, let's go to the last one, which is this is from a Satipatthana Sutta about the death. What is the death? The falling away from existence, the passing away from existence, the dissolution, the disappearance, the end of life, the passing away due to completion of the lifespan, the breaking of the five aggregates, the discarding the body, the destruction of a life, faculty of a vicious being in various categories. This is called the death. So this is from Satipatthana, the Manupassana, the Dukkha Satcha. So this is the last one about, so not last one, this is the fourth one. For the separation. And here again, a person who doesn't have this feeling of a separation will be doing all sort of a bad thing. Yeah. So based on what line of reasoning should one often reflect that I will grow different, different, separate from all that is dear and appealing to me. There are beings who feel desire and passion for the things they find there and appealing. Because of that passion, they conduct themselves in a bad way in the body, speech, and mind. So, but when they often reflect on that fact, the desire and passion for things they find there and appealing will either be entirely abandoned or grow weaker. So this is another one, interesting one that we should be reflecting on it again and again. Yeah? Doesn't matter we like or dislike, end of the day, there will be a separation. And that separation always causes the trouble, dissatisfaction and anger and the hate, or even sorrow and lamentation begins with that. And if we are reflecting that, then we will not be having that. And I will not be causing any actions, any bad actions with the body, speech, and mind. So this is the fourth one. Okay. I think this is quite similar to the first one, maybe the third one about the separation. Then this is the last one, which is the big one. So I am the owner of my action, heir to my action, born of my action, related to action, and have action is my, okay. So this is about the karma. Again, back to karma, as we were talking about it. We are the result of our own action, which we cannot change. Okay, so anything wants to say? We will stop here.
I have little more, Ajahn. Actually, most of the people thinks that the king of the hill have a duty uh, to punish the soul that they have done many kinds of bad things to drag them into the hill. Actually, lots of the great monks from the Thailand, they have told that actually he is very kind. Actually, he have duty to not living beings or the soul to be in the hill. So he was helping. He was asking the questions for to help those soul for going in the good place.
Yeah. On that topic, there was once here, this question was asked to Bhikkhu Bodhi. And Bhikkhu Bodhi said, and that could be just the idea to reflect on. So Yama is just like a figure, Bukaladithana, so created as a reflection that the day when you go, and the day in the Chuti Chitta, before the Chuti Chitta, you will be reflecting on that. And if you haven't got that, then you will be facing the great danger. But if you haven't So if you have reflected on that, then will not be fall into danger. So this Yama, the king of the Yama, the death is like there was what's called
Personification.
personificated in that concept. So that's why it is regarded as possibly later added that story.
It will be the Sammuti.
Sammuti, yeah, Sammuti.
So the teachers say that there are two kinds of living beings that don't have to go to the Yamalok to judge that you will go to heaven or hell. The one is who have a lots amount of the punya. Yeah, and another one is who have lots amounts of papa, evil, and they will immediately have a reborn in the hill, just like the Awechi and other places. And the one who have a lots amount of the punya, so they will immediately have a reborn in the good place.
Okay. Well, okay. So we will stop here and we'll study next day on Monday. Okay. So until then, thank you and we'll see you. Ajahn Kon, see you next Monday.
So what will be the next topic, Achan?
ยินไหมครับอาจารย์ไม่ได้ยินเลย
Next topic. Let me see. What is the next topic? What is the next after this? Let me see. Okay, next topic is Dhamma Sawana Anisangsa.
We did this already.
Yeah, did we?
Yeah, we did Bala. We did.
Okay, well, let's go Bala.
We did this.
Balaha.
Okay.
Palaha. Okay.
Panchabala.
5 Bala, Panchabala. The next on Monday is Panchabala. Okay, so have a good weekend and must be very busy. So take care and we'll see you on Monday.